Squad, your favorite source for everything esports and gaming. I'm your girl Camille, and I hope you're having a great Friday. Tonight in Unmuted, Marissa and Brody are giving us their takes from all the good stuff on the internet, but I'm crossing my fingers, just one of them, please, mute the other, please. Then in esports in 30, it's a threesome because Marissa, Brody, and Zurich are talking all good things Battle Royale. But first, before we get to any of that, there were a lot of fire plays today, so let's take a look at the best in Plays of the Week.
There's not really any sort of fighting back when you're looking at a 10 to 7 level difference and a fully completed item.
And you're looking at an 8,000 gold difference as well as Whipple jumps in the mid lane. Nemesis tanking up the tower, the turret's still alive. Niski gets him! And Niski will take the kill. Whipple falls as well! A botched tower dive and C9 come out alive.
Trading near with up air.
Trying to use down to cover the tech chase right there.
Tony with a smart option. We're going to attack the back here. Will kill. That's right. Deceptively strong move. It also goes a little further than you expect. Two nairs up tilt.
Oh, he
waited
waited
for the air dodge. What is this chain zero?
Oh my goodness, chain
2 minutes, a long respawn here for Roshan. Teams camping the ruins here.
They've got the Hex reveal. Jump in. The two blend on this last combo. It's out.
Oh my God.
Gabby with the double kill. The soulbite again. Catches the two of them. Chalice is gone. Empire as well. 4 dead. make a beautiful jump there from the high ground.
Oh, God. Okay, you could be dead.
He's got no bar at all, so he has to take all of these mix-ups. Oh, no!
here we
12
go.
frames! He's going to have to guess the stun, and he's not going to have a bar for a reversal. Oh, this is a terrible situation to be in. Oh, there it is!
Oh, my God.
Set
That's
play!
exactly what I said. You might be dead, and that's why.
Continue farming up against Perks and Mickey X here in the mid lane. Smithy trying to hang around off to the side, but he's on top of the wall. The cap again exploded by Jensen and Smithy. Those wards for Team Liquid pay off, and it's an instant flash from Smithy. No response possible there from Cap.
And again a jump in.
I'm going to start around from that angle as well. Counter hits.
Oh my word. Is he going to get stunned? What? An 8-second stun?
Shin, Jamura mode
He's not going to waste resources on this. He's just going to take the throw and another perfect. Stacking them up.
Actually correct. Oh, they already started off. DY gets the storm down. Reload. You had the relocator. Looks like Faith, but he was going to go the opposite direction. Kuro gets the soul behind. No, off. Actually, the fatal bomb.
double fatal, double fatal.
Do it. The roll.
Holy shit.
Woohoo!
4 dead.
About to be 5. Ari doesn't get out of this one. The Weehaw Birds are following. And they have hit the combo. They've hit the sweet spot.
Damage. Oh, break his leg. A low parry. You ain't breaking this leg. Not my leg.
Yo, with this tiny pixel. Same drop in the combo. What's the finish? Oh my God, duck the grab.
Oh man, I just reacted to all
crazy.
3 of those. Oh, the low parry.
Yo, Saint. Yo, if you start off with this comeback, I don't think your opponent can bring it back.
That is so much
If
mental
he makes
damage.
another low parry, just time him out. Just time him out. 20 seconds double. Don't make the same mistake you made him against me.
Look,
Just wait.
trying to
Just
push
wait.
it to that
Just
wall.
wait. Just
Oh,
wait.
another low parry ripped him.
God damn it. Just wait.
Let's go.
wait.
This dude say, oh my gosh.
Ah!
Dang, look at Double's face. Like, what the?
Blade Fury.
Maybe sets up a Remnant here, and he's picking up an Arcane Rune bottom. So Arcane Rune Ember Spirit coming up into this fight.
What they can do to Arme, bringing him low. Get forced back, and of course, no Aegis, so has to be a little careful. They'll now try and get in onto the back lines. Another route onto the 2 of them with his chain spam from Maybe. Snowball is there as well from FY, dodging up the X-Mark combo. BKB's committed. They're straight in, jump forward from Arme. Oh, there's the Tibbs! He gets the black hole! It buys the time for the first Tibbs! Oh my God, Tibbs!
Oh my
God! I've never seen anything like I didn't. He gets it off. They come straight into it. The full tips are out for Tims.
Oh, that was big. With time winding down, this is huge.
Oh yeah, is he going to play defensively or is he going to try and close it out here? What's going to happen?
Gotta be careful
Oh
with the
my
range
God.
dart. Oh,
and he blocked it.
my God, what the hell? He's a god. Chanel's a god.
That is
Are
the
you
second
kidding me?
time we've seen something like this.
Wave plus the Gromp. Teleport though.
Jensen trying to get in here, has the flash, could look for the stream as shuffle onto Hillisang. Reckless and Hillisang just backing away. Hillisang going in with the quickness, can't land it. Jumps onto Reckless, the final spark doesn't land, but Reckless is chased out. Hillisang there as well. Jensen gets the double. 2-0 in a 1v2. Jensen takes it, and Fnatic walk away wounded.
Incredible here, Chris G getting a little bit of a trade there, a bad side here of the trade. Getting the crushing blow is Rewind here. Now it's going to be damage over time, so he's just got to wait a little bit and then go right into a teleport here. Wait for
Oh
it.
my goodness.
All he had
to do was a teleport. Chris G with the win. 2-0 over Rewind. He had it multiple times right there. Oh my goodness.
I am stunned. I am absolutely stunned. Nobody saw this coming.
Don't get that wrong. Mind control. They're trying to finish this tier 2 tower. They've got it as well. The Arc Warden is inside the pit right now. They're still waiting for Roshan. How? What the?
Arcane Rune.
What is this? Okay.
Dude, it spawns in 16 seconds.
Is this an instant kill? Is this
it's not an instant kill, but
it's gonna be close.
30%.
How many? Many? Can you actually spawn?
Oh, keep doing it.
We need a counter. All right, Roshan, here we go, man. From 100 to 0. Get blasted!
Holy shit.
Brody, these nuts more. You're getting worse and worse with these. And we're going to present all the goodies we've gathered, which we will discuss and hopefully argue. But luckily for you, and everybody, there's a mute button here. We can shut each other up for 30 seconds.
Ooh, cannot wait. Remember, we like it when you call us out when we're wrong and praise us when we're spitting truth. So let's get to it, shall we? For our first story, we're taking a look at the new German league that Riot Games is helping to create. Riot is partnering with Freaks for You Gaming and Lagardère Sports to expand the League of Legends Premier Tour into a new German language league. The Premier Tour is a tournament circuit focused on German, Austrian, and Swiss markets. The new league is meant to develop both German language players and teams, as well as serving as a building ground for the LEC. Brody,
yeah.
Do you think that these more language leagues in esports is great instead of just a broad regional league instead?
First off,
what?
I was actually excited when you said circus at first
know.
there. And I was really hoping there was going to be a League of Legends circus. That would be really fun.
Okay, maybe next year.
But yeah, no, I think it's great. Eventually, once an esport or anything gets big enough, you have to start focusing on individual communities, right? You can't just start to govern just thousands and thousands of people with one league or just a couple leagues. You have to start developing that local talent to make sure that it's sustainable into the future. Because if you don't have good new talent coming up, then how are you going to have a professional league if it's just the same? You want the excitement of new rising stars, right? So developing those leagues regionally also gives people a sense of pride for their region. Like, oh yeah, you know what? Look at all these great German players I can get behind. And now you got so much more support inherently built into your system because people want to support their communities.
Definitely, and this now means that more community events as well will happen around them, right? And they'll get more people involved within the country into League of Legends, but there always has to be something already in place there for this to happen. Like for Riot to take notice and for them to actually build something, that means there's already been a focused testing, there's already been something that's put in place to make sure that they will indeed reap the rewards from this new system. So no, I'm super happy. I'm super happy for all the German fans of League of Legends. I'm super happy for the players, maybe people that are just playing League of Legends at home that didn't think that maybe they'd have an opportunity to do something like this. That's very exciting for all of them. So any kind of growth in this space, obviously you and I will be down for. I don't think there's much to argue here. I think that you and I are pretty much on board with just everybody getting involved in esports, whatever country it is.
Yeah, no,
and League of Legends has it.
You're right. It's there. You have to have that grassroots thing first. And if Riot already saw that, hey, look, there's this good grassroots community here. We know if we implement something here officially, it's going to be supported, and it's going to to be a great step up leading into the LEC.
Stepping stones.
Agreed.
People.
Wow, look at that. We agreed on something.
Friends.
Here. Let's talk about some fun stuff. G2A, the gray market seller of game keys. They have once again pissed off game developers. G2A has taken out sponsored ads on Google when people search certain games. As multiple developers said, they make $0 on sales through G2A, especially since some of the game keys might not have been acquired legally. This has led to some devs openly telling fans to pirate the games instead of buying them off G2A, since they don't want the store to receive a single dollar off their game sales.
Yep.
Yeah, so Marissa, what do you think about devs right now telling people to pirate their games?
This has actually been happening for a long time, not just with G2A, but with other gaming retailers that, you know, take in games. We don't need to name names, but they take in games and they resell them at a much higher price than you would find if the game was just, I don't know, resellable somewhere online. That's the thing though, is that like people want, like consumers want a way to, you know, get rid of their stash if they've got one and then get more games instead. So it is like a pawn shop system in place. And unfortunately the developers do not see or do not reap any kind of reward from that company reselling their game, and it's really unfortunate. There needs to be something put in place, but how can that happen? How can we make that happen where these guys actually should pony up, because they're just reaping their rewards of someone else's creativity. It's literally they operate like a pawn shop.
At that point, I feel like it's almost you need the government to get involved. Whichever, you know, wherever G2A is based, that government needs to get involved and say, hey, this is stealing, like you're profiting off of someone else's product. This is someone else's artwork, right? I've seen this actually just across different industries when it comes to art too. One of my favorite artists, Mike Shinoda, he with From Linkin Park, there was a while ago that one of their albums got leaked, right? And he said, I don't care if you guys listen to this and pirate it, just please listen to it in the order that we put it on the album, because there's a story to tell. So a lot of the artists just want people to enjoy it, right? And they don't want others to profit off of it. So it's like the same thing with these guys. The game developers are making art, they're making a product they actually care about. They don't care if you're gonna pirate it, because they just want you ultimately to experience it. They just really don't want someone else to be making money off
This
of it.
is just another reason for us to just buy and download games from our devices, right? That's really just all this is. If you buy a physical copy of something, like, unfortunately, this is going to happen.
Moral
and
of
like
the story, if you pirate everything, the bad guys will never make money.
No, that's not true, because the people that are creative making something, Brody, why do you trigger me like that? Honestly,
it's easy.
The Esports Hall of Fame celebrates esports players who have made a huge impact in the world of esports. It's currently seeking new inductees, which is causing some people to question its importance. Complaints include focusing on FPS players above all other esports, a panel that is biased towards those kinds of games, and the fact that there's no governing esports body to guide the process. In short, these are the exact same complaints that people make towards sports and music Hall of Fame. Brody, do you think that there should even be an Esports Hall of Fame? Like, should this even exist? And how would you even make one that would be even Steven?
Yeah, absolutely. Great show, by the way. Good callback. But that's a throwback. But yeah, no, I absolutely think there should be a Hall of Fame, because I think a lot of these people, they put work in for years and years and years. Some of these players have led the way, paved the path. Not even players, other people in the scene like Golden Boy and stuff like that. These guys have paved the path for other people in esports, right? And I think those people should be recognized for the amount of work that they've put in for future generations. So look back and be like, oh yeah, you remember this player, this commentator, whatever? They did a lot for the scene, even though they don't know it directly. There's somewhere for them to learn that history, right? So I think absolutely that needs to happen. But yeah, that panel needs to be diversified, because if it's too biased, you're going to overlook the importance of some of these other players in other scenes, right? Like, there could be like a mobile player out there that FPS panel's not going to know at all about and why this person's important, so that guy's never going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I know, that's the main problem. And yes, it is just like how it works in Hollywood. There is campaigning that needs to be done. Like, it's really all about who you know and whose friends you are with.
So what about?
It's unfortunate, but like, even you're seeing that even some like hosts that get nominated or whatever it is, they're all part of like the same agency. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much like a who's who, but like
Are you
who
salty
you know
you didn't
situation.
get nominated?
No, I don't expect to get nominated for any of these things at all, ever. Like, if that did happen, I would be totally surprised.
I'd vote for you.
But oh my God, thanks, Freddie.
You're welcome.
That's so sweet. No, it really is just a who you know situation, unfortunately. So that will leave anybody salty anywhere about this. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. What
Biggest line in pockets.
about each esport having its own governing body to do their own Hall of Fames, and then you can take the best ones from each of those into an ultimate Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, they should just have Golden Boy on the body in general.
Golden Boy run everything.
Yeah, no,
he's literally the host for every show, and now he runs the Esports Hall of Fame.
Because he has actually dipped his toe in literally every single esport.
Everything.
So he knows, at least he can say, listen, get this person to do this, get this person to do this, because he's met everybody across the board when it comes to all these esports. He's literally done everything, Brody, everything.
Well, there it's final. We nominate you, Golden Boy, as the Esports Hall of Fame panel. You're the only,
exactly.
you're the only one on there.
One.
Anyways, our last story is taking a look at Hollywood specifically, how it seems to be trying to make as many video game movies and TV shows as it possibly can. It started with Myst, the 90s adventure game, which is apparently being made into a TV and film universe. Then Square Enix announced it's making a live-action TV show based on Final Fantasy XIV. And to top it all off, Cyberpunk 2020's creator said that a movie based on the tabletop game is much more likely thanks to Keanu Reeves appearing in the upcoming video game. Now, Marissa, we know we have a history in the video game world of not having good video game movies. Should they just give up, or do you think they finally turn a new leaf and we're going to have some great produced video game movies and TV shows now?
Never surrender. Never surrender. No, you try, and you try again until you get it right, okay? So if this is what it takes, all of these different things happening, then fine, let's make it so. And let's make it good. That's all. It's time for everybody to rise up.
It's not just as simple as making it good.
It's time for gamers to have their moment in the sun, okay? This is it. It's our time. No more of these Hollywood whatever the F. All right? You see how amazing these superhero movies do, okay?
Yeah.
That's because this world actually does belong to the geeks. It really does. So let's shine even higher. Let's go even higher with video game movies that are actually good, okay? I didn't see this one. I didn't see it yet. Is it good?
I haven't seen it either, actually.
Okay, maybe this is our fault because we didn't actually go to the movie to watch it.
All the actual good. No, it's because I've been jaded, dude. Like, I'm just like, I'm so used to these movies just not popping off. So I'm like, why would I go watch them, right? Like I'd rather just go play the games than watch them because of the history of video game, movie, and content. It's just, I'm worried that if they keep doing this and pump out more, now we have 3 things coming up, and what if they all suck? Now people laugh at gamers' content anymore. Wow, you guys actually enjoy this stuff? You're weird.
Kate, Brody, what if like you just never left your house ever, and then you wouldn't have met your awesome girlfriend, and then you wouldn't have? No, that's not how life is. You're supposed to get out there. You're supposed to try new things. You're supposed to experiment, okay? But do it with, things that aren't going to hurt you or people or others around you. Yeah. Be a responsible.
Stay inside.
Yeah. But no, we have to support these things, right? Or else they're gonna die. So let's just try to get up to the movies this weekend. Maybe watch a little Detective Pikachu if it's still up there. I don't know. No, like seriously though, I haven't seen the new Avengers yet.
What?
I know
my
because
God.
guys, like 3 hours in the theater.
You're lucky. I hate spoilers. I was gonna troll you.
No, it's okay.
I would never do that to
It's
you.
already been spoiled. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, it's time to check in with streamers and clip it. Our first clip comes from Trihex after he spent 10 hours trying to set the world record on Mario Maker 2 level.
Oh my god, that was so tight. Please tell me I'm free.
Oh my god! Let's spam tryhards in the chat right
Yes.
now.
Yo,
oh my
dude,
gosh,
straight up.
Trihex. That's amazing.
I've been watching a few clips from him actually. He's been popping off on that game, bro. Like, these are one of those games, and this is why, if anyone is like, why do you watch other people play video games? That is exactly why. Because I could not accomplish anything like that. I don't have the perseverance. Maybe if I put time into it, but I do not have the perseverance to be able to put myself through that all the time to try.
Immediately.
Yeah. So the fact that he's out there doing that for us, thank you very much, Trihex.
Oh, seriously,
Bless.
we heart you so hard. Honestly, I was just completely enthralled the whole time. I'm gonna watch it again.
All right,
So
next
good.
up, we have another clip from Moon Moon because producer Tyler just doesn't seem to get enough of Mario Maker 2 trolls breaking his spirit. Okay.
That was so intense.
I really think we need to start tracking her mic during those because your reactions are so good. How's he gonna get over there? You're so into it.
It's so much fun. Only because like I'm not playing. If I were playing, just forget it. Like
I actually really want to see you try to play these.
We'll just do a stream of me failing.
Can we cancel all the Unmuteds next week and just have her sitting here trying to beat those games? That is content.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a vote. Ones if you just want to see. Oh, just kidding. We're not going to do it. All right, it's time for the best time of day. We scroll through Twitterverse to bring you all the things the pros bless us with on the timeline. We especially love it when they share dumb comments that they get on their YouTube vids. What's Good Games host Brittany says, throughout my career, I've been told I'm not a true gamer for many reasons. The way I play, the way I look, etc. But tonight I heard arguably the most compelling reason of all from someone who watched my Layers of Fear 2. Let's play. Some idiot writes, come on, you don't really scream like that, especially if you're a true gamer. What?
You gotta get the gamer scream.
What does that even mean, dude?
The gamer screen,
like,
dude.
What does that
Do
even
you not
mean?
even know?
I'm so sick of these gatekeepers. Honestly, I'm so freaking sick of them. It's like, just let people, can you let people live their life? She's clearly playing the game. If you're playing a video game, that means you're a gamer. It doesn't mean how good or bad you are. If you're enjoying yourself playing that game, if you find gaming as a hobby, you're a gamer. Please leave people alone. Get a freaking life. Play your own damn games, honestly. Holy smokes, these people.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I don't have anything else to add to that.
Okay.
Well said.
Thanks.
Well said. Hey, look! Another day, another decent profound thought from our buddy Hugs. He says, I understand it's considered disrespectful to swipe wooden chopsticks together to remove possible splinters, but can I get a pass if the restaurant has cheap chopsticks that splinter easily, or do I need to hop back on my fork bullish? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a pretty disrespectful dude, I guess, because I had no idea that was considered disrespectful. Am I the only one?
No, I didn't know either. I had no idea. Sebby says he's also disrespectful. He's pointing at himself. Yeah, we didn't know this was. If it is really, I guess let us know.
I had no idea.
I was just doing it because other people were doing it, like I was following the trend.
Oh, I did because it works. I'm like, oh, look, I don't have to have splinters in my teeth anymore.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that was a thing. I saw people doing it. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I just started doing it too. I didn't know what it was doing. I didn't know.
What's happening, guys?
Okay, just moving on. Our last profound thought comes from executive assistant at Twitch, Maurice. In response to just so many people and their opinions about the cast announcement for the live-action Little Mermaid movie. She says, tired of reading all these whiny-ass takes from whiny-ass people who got to profess how much they already don't like a thing that ain't even out yet. Y'all need a calmer hobby. Yeah, for real. Yo, what was your take on this? We didn't discuss this. What was your take on the Little Mermaid announcement?
I actually only found out when I came into the studio today. I didn't see any of this going on. I don't know. I mean, like, here's the thing. I'm very much about keeping characters true to their origins because there's a reason characters are made certain ways, right?
So you mean race as well?
Huh? Yeah, everything. Okay. Everything about a person or a character, right? Because that's the character. But Disney, I think for me, has a chance right now to rebrand some of this stuff because as we know, a lot of their original content was a little sexist and racist.
100.
And they're based off of stories that are generally a little more gruesome if you read the source material. So I think Disney, for me at least, gets a pass on trying to re-image some of their stuff.
I agree.
They're the only ones. Other than that, I've seen other characters from fictional things changed, and I'm like, I don't agree with that because that's not that character. And sometimes it can actually change what a character is and means if you change too many details. So
yeah,
Disney, I'll give the pass though.
Yeah, for sure. But there's no a mermaid is a made-up thing, right? So because a mermaid is a made-up thing, it could really be any race or color. It doesn't have to be it's not what. Who says mermaids have to be white? You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Next thing you're gonna tell me that Santa ain't real. Come on, get out of here with this. Anyways, let's move on because it is time to get to some crowd control. It's time for awesome things. Well, except for this first one, it's just cute. I decided to be nice to Marissa and have another nice post like yesterday, and I have really nothing else to add except just showing you. So, Choco Anuki made some Bulbasaurs in the style of summer fruits.
Gosh, so cute.
I love the dragon fruit one.
The dragon fruit is so nice.
Mostly because I just love have you ever had dragon fruit?
Of course, it's so refreshing. It doesn't really taste like anything, but it's super refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah.
New plan.
What?
This weekend.
What?
Detective Pikachu and dragon fruit party. That is a popping off party.
Okay, wait, I thought you were already having a party.
Oh yeah. After that party.
Yo, again.
You can never have enough parties.
If you're in Kitchener, Brody has sent out an open invitation on his Twitter for anybody anybody at all, just show up to his house. You're more than welcome to join him at his apartment.
Nobody's gonna show up.
No, but it's an literally open invitation right now. Brody, put your address out there. Put it in chat.
No, you gotta DM me for that. Slide in those DMs and you can get my Addy.
He'll give it to you. He won't ask any questions or ask your ID at all. Okay, it's time now for the ultimate crossover. I introduce to you this thing. Okay, so there are 13.
That is literally the best thing I've ever seen.
There are 13 things in there in total. So it was a DBS Abyss Watcher from Shotgun, Minecraft Inventory, Fortnite Health, Mario Kart First Place, Zelda Music, Mario 64 Castle, Overwatch Ultimate Meter, Lego Star Wars Character, RuneScape Compass, Half-Life Reload Sounds, Portal Crosshairs, and Bernie Sanders playing to top it all off.
That is literally the greatest video that has ever been made. Like, that guy just won the internet for at least this week.
Well, for like today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. That was so good, though. I want to see more about. I want to play that too. I want to see, like, how do you cram that much stuff in there? I kept finding new things too. I didn't even realize right away the Half-Life sounds for the shooting and reload. And I'm like, and then the portal. I missed those. The portal crosshairs too at the beginning.
Wait, did you just like find them all there? Did you find a list of things?
No, I needed other people's help on the internet.
I'm like,
I found most of them, but there were a couple that I did miss. That was just madness. That was good. Anyways, there are a lot of good gaming tattoos out there, but we know this world needs ballast, as Thanos would like, and there are a ton of bad ones too. This one, though, I'm about to show you is the best of both worlds. Here is the best worst tattoo I have ever seen.
What?
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Imagine playing Mario Party on that.
Oh, Brody. You know what though? Like, that was a good nipple for that.
Yeah,
true. You know what I mean? Like, some people have like different kinds of nipples.
She's trying to say some people have some gross nipples.
No, not at all. Listen, there are no such thing as gross nipples. Anybody? No. You can have whatever kind of. Listen, you just own your nipples, okay? That guy's really owning his nipple. He's proud of the protrusion of that nipple, because it does kind of look like the joystick.
It absolutely does.
Okay.
Just hope it doesn't break down like those controllers actually do.
I just wonder, like, how he would come up with that idea. Like, he was looking at himself in the mirror one day and, like, looking at his controller and, like, looking in the mirror.
He was probably doing this. He was like, whoa, it's like a 64 controller.
Okay, let's see your nipples.
No. That's my Snapchat Premium. Go sign up for that and you can get it.
Sub to Brody, he'll show you the good. That's it for our meter. Remember, you can hit us up on our socials just to say hi or send us some stuff to react to. Someone type in exclamation mark socials right now to see all of them. I'll see you next week.
Ouch, it looks like that guy's tattoo must have hurt. It's a sensitive area. Speaking of hurting, you know what doesn't hurt? Our squad emotes, which you can get when you subscribe to us here. And you know what? It's pretty cool because there's a spicy Lisa that you can drop in chat. In the back, you can see not one, but two. No, it's 3 hoes going to the couch to talk all good things Battle Royale and esports at 30. While they do that, let me get you caught up on the latest and reported. Professional Super Smash Bros. Player Ally has announced his retirement from the scene after confirming allegations that he dated Smash Pro captain Zack. A few months ago, Smash Pro Tamim accused Ally of dating Zack, which kicked up controversy because of the age difference between the two. Ally was 27 years old, while Zack was 16 years old at the time. Both denied the accusations, but both have since come forward over the past few days and confirmed them. Ally posted an apology on social media for lying about dating Zack and said that he would be quitting professional Smash for good. Ally most recently placed 3rd at CEO 2019 in Smash Ultimate, an event which was also controversial in the Smash community due to a fist fight between 2 players. We'll keep you updated here on Squad if anything more comes from this story. Beyond the Summit is going to fill a big hole in Dota 2's calendar by bringing back Bot TI. It's a tournament where there is no prize pool or players. Instead, all the characters will be played by AIs. Stay with me for a second here, because this is going to get pretty weird. 117 teams will compete, with each team being composed of 5 copies of the same hero, and each team will be seeded according to their win rate. Matches will only last 30 seconds, and each match will be a best-of-3 series. BTS previously ran the event last year to great success, if that's what you can call some really dumb matches. A fantasy sports component will be launched along with this year's edition, so you can play along at home with your friends. If you want to watch what is likely the silliest tournament of the year, be sure to tune in when it starts on July 8th. CSGO team Gamer Legion has benched its veteran in-game leader Existence. The Belgian pro was shifted off the starting lineup after the team struggled at several tournaments, most recently losing to Optic Gaming at the GG Bet Chicago Invitational. Existence has played for Gamer Legion since February, which marked his return to CSGO after a 3-month hiatus. He used to be the captain for G2 ESPORTS, but he was kicked from the team in November after poor results. Existence will be replaced on Gamer Legion by Dennis, who was cut from Ninjas in Pajamas earlier this month.
Players left. Make it 4 as he hits the shots. 18 of limbs. 19 of limbs!
2 players left.
No! My gosh, Neo! 20!
Give me 21.
Don't do it.
Give
Don't
me
do
21.
it. He's got a family, Neo!
Oh, you got it.
For 21 and the victory royale! He did it! He won the game!
팀군이 기절. 스퀘어. 자, 팀 스퀘어 입장에서도 다행. 스퀘어. 비리바리 쏜다. 스퀘어. 팀 스퀘어. 강전당할 수 없다. 네, 건물 방어에 있어서 또팀 스퀘어. 자, 그리고 메란드 기절. 팀 스퀘어. 스퀘어 미쳤어.
Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of Esports in 30, because today is the day that I dress like Luigi. We talk about chicken dinners, victory royales, and arena champs because it's Battle Royale Day, baby. I'm Marissa.
Hi, I'm Brody over here.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about more than one BR, I'll blame him for that terrible pun. I brought in my resident 144 Hertz enthusiast, Zurich. Talk some BRs, man. You hype?
Yeah, I'm so hyped. We missed so much, like the past few months. So many things has happened, so many moving parts, so many leagues, so many tournaments, so many player swaps.
It's true, and it's just unfortunate, sir, because you and I obviously do FPS Fridays all the time, but we don't really give that much love to Battle Royales. First of all, because there's a lot to cover, and also because there are so many other amazing FPS games out there that we just have to cover them. We don't have time for Battle Royale. It always takes a back burner, and I don't like that. So you know what? We gotta attack. We gotta attack. We gotta get this going. But first, we're gonna put a little highlight piece to show you what's coming up. Enjoy.
수가 자기장 안쪽에서 팀군이 기절. 스퀘어. 자, 팀 스퀘어 입장에서도 다행. 스퀘어. 비리바리 쏜다. 스퀘어. 팀 스퀘어. 강전당할 수 없다. 네, 건물 방어에 있어서 또팀 스퀘어. 자, 그리고 메란드 기절. 팀 스퀘어. 스퀘어 미쳤어.
여기는 SMG 파티인데요.
그렇죠. 아직까지 모였습니다.
토미건 주자루에 마이크로 우지.
토미와 우지. 그냥 들어가야죠 이거. 토미와 우지. 한번 그리고 큰 그림을 그렸는데, 네, 이게 지금 자 일단 남아 있는. 자, 젠지가 동선 다 잡았죠. 네. 자, 급하게 하면 안 돼요 여기서부터. 급하게 하면 안 돼요. 오케이. 자, 주원. 자, 주원이 P1 눕혔는데 너무 많아요. 볼 때 너무 많아요. 잠깐. 오른쪽만. 그렇죠. 젠지. 두 번째 매치에서 치킨을 가져가면서.
The best players in NA East and Fortnite all going toe-to-toe. There goes the Boogie Bomb, but it's going to be blocked there for the moment. And then Vivid goes right back around to just get ownership of all of this terrain. Once again, it's something he does so well.
He has no builds, GB. He needs to be super careful here. Running around Loga, picks up Spyrock as well.
Oh, what? That was disgusting! Morris thought that he was going to catch Vivid with his pants down, but no, that belt was tied up nicely.
Burn through those 500 materials very, very quick. 5 players left. Make it 4 as he hits the shots. 18 of limbs. 19 of limbs!
2 players left.
No! My gosh, Neo! 20!
Give me 21.
Don't do it.
Give me 21.
He's got a family, Neo!
Oh, you got it.
For 21 and the victory royale!
Did he get it done?
He did it! He won the game! 20 eliminations and the win! A 30-point performance! He just popped off!
As you can see, a lot of things have already happened, so let's get up to speed with PUBG. As you heard in the highlights, there was a lot of Korean yelling, and for good reason, because the PUBG Korean League ended this week with Genji Esports taking the first place. But before we talk Genji, Zerk, what the heck is PKL?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because PUBG's entire system is very similar to almost Dota-esque and like League of Legends style. So it's like they have regional, so they have kind of like the LEC and the LCS for the League of Legends side. They have like different regions. So like the Korean PUBG League is the PUBG Korean League PKL.
There's so many letters in esports.
There is a lot. There is a lot. And then the North American version is NPL. And then within those, they have like phases. So there's 3 phases per tournament, and within those phases there is international tournaments at the end of each phase, and then there's kind of like a money prize pool, very similar to the CS:GO, like just big tournament prize pool. It doesn't affect any of the rankings style tournaments, which are called, I think, Royales. So there's a lot of things.
I saw you going through like the Wikipedia the other day for just like PUBG in general. I'm like, how many he's got like 20 tabs open trying to follow everything. I'm like, this is so
There is so many teams, so many players.
I mean, just on that, yeah, obviously because the players, it's a battle royale, so you have so many players and so many teams. Like, is this a good system, or can they tighten it up to make it a little less confusing? And I feel like it's already hard to get into BR esports in general unless you're actively, as I said, had 20 Wikipedia pages open. It's like, how do you keep up with this? Or is there a better system you can think of that they can come up with to like kind of streamline this for viewers?
Personally, I don't think so. The main, I mean, that's not even all of it. The craziest part is like they also have a contenders region as well.
That was just the first 5 pages that he had open.
Yeah, that's literally like the main, those are just the main leagues, and then they also have contenders, and then they have like, within those there's like relegation tournaments in between. It is so crazy to be a pro team in PUBG right now. There's so many things that you have to pay attention to, so many, just a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess it's just inherent with a BR, right? It's going to be confusing with more people.
Yeah.
You have to be fair to everyone to, give them as many chances to, win, make a name for themselves. So I think, yeah, you're right. You kind of need stuff like that. You can't do the traditional format of just a double elimination bracket or something. No, it just doesn't work.
Oh my gosh, no, heck no. But we should talk about Genji here, because obviously they were playing on
I heard they're good.
Whole different level, a whole different level. So what stood out to you in this squad in particular for winning this phase 2?
So pretty much the winning phase 2 means that you get qualified. The top 4 teams gets qualified to their regional championships, which is called the MET Asia qualifiers, I think, or championships. And essentially that's the end phase tournament that they hold, where whoever is the top 2 in that tournament already has a spot for the world championships.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have like a lot more points essentially, so they have a higher chance of making it all the way to the championships.
Okay, so they're already essentially in then. Okay.
The thing with the squad though is they are so much better than everybody else.
Like how though? Like, I feel like there's so many good players out there in PUBG. How is one team dominated? Like, is it just a strat or rotation? Are they just better at aiming? Like, what is it that
Or do they not respect the rules of play and like go where they know other teams will drop?
Are they just playing dirty? Yeah. Like,
No,
what is it? What is it? Like,
this team is so specialized in a way where they are so mechanically sound. Everybody in the team can frag really well. So the heaviest part of their game style is always pushing into buildings or pushing into towns. They can take over like an entire town by themselves. They're very, very good utility usage, and all of them can aim. Their communication, I don't even know how it works. There's literally one match, I think it was week 3 on the second day. I think the 3rd match, they won the game, but they're pushing this building, and 2 of their, I think Loki and PO is like pushing into this building, and one of the Loki's tracking this guy going from one side of the fence to the other, and then he's tracking him, his crosshairs on him. He notices another guy to the right, and then he switches his crosshair to the right, shoots that guy, knocks him down. At the same time, obviously we can't hear their comms, but the guy that was on his left also gets down, but by his teammate that was behind him.
Oh my
So
God.
he communicated like potentially like, hey, I'm tracking this guy. I see another guy, take first or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they know
So
how
he-
to prioritize the targets, and like things like that it's so important for a very fast-paced game where especially in the super late game. So it's a very close, heavy team.
It's always interesting hearing a team strats and wondering, what's the system they have? You know, is there a system that this player specifically always gets second sight? So say they see a second guy, you know, they'll tag them. Here's player 1, player 2, player 3. I'll always take the higher number. So that way we know if the team sees 3 people, I'm taking the third one we saw. You're always going to take second. You're always taking first. So now they know, and they all can snap to the person they need to.
It is
I'm wondering,
crazy
it's
to
nuts
see
have a
it
system
in
like that.
action, and it's so fast. In my mind, I'm just like, I don't understand how that entire interaction happened, but for some reason, none of them get damaged. They wipe the entire opposing team, and they're just one of those teams. They're so good.
Do you not ever think that, like, because you are good, I feel like you're just top tier. Like, you're good enough to play in these
decent.
leagues. No, you're very good. But do you feel like you just haven't found the right teammates then? Because all it really is communication. You have to have the skill for sure, 100, but you need to have comms with your team that unmatch really any other. So do you maybe just haven't found the right people to play with? Maybe you should drop Brody.
It's because he keeps ghosting me, man.
Okay.
He's not inviting me. That's the problem here.
That's
I
true.
invite him, he logs off the game.
Yeah.
That actually happened.
Yeah, that actually
You are
happened.
guilty.
True
That's why
story.
maybe it's your fault, Derek. You don't like communicating with others.
Probably, but that's okay because I like watching.
No, it's not okay because you would be good enough to play in these leagues. We want to cheer for you, man.
I don't think so. I think I'd be too old already at this point. Anyway.
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
move
sure.
on.
Yeah, fine. We can switch over to the other side of the hemisphere. You mentioned MPL earlier, so I need to know what's happening with the NA side of things because Tempo Storm was just dominant for so long. Are they still the best team in the region?
That team has the craziest, probably most exciting 2009 run so far.
2009? We're going
2019. Sorry. My bad. Anyway, going
back
to
when Derek was born.
Yeah, back when I was born. No, I'm a 90s
Remember, he's
kid.
old.
Yeah, I'm old. Anyway, Tempo Storm. Going to the end of this 2018 and late December, they were not really a contending team at all. And for some reason, along with like roster swaps, they had got a new coach. Coming into 2019, they just dominated phase 1 of the NPL. They completely swept the Royals. They swept. And then right after phase 2, they were kind of this was around March, they kind of started losing to a bunch of the teams that are very, very close to them, like Team Envy, who ended up winning the Royale, which is the midway tournament of phase 2, where then in that tournament, Tempo Storm did not show up at all, and the entire scene was just like, is that it? It's kind of like what our Astralis is at the moment in the CSGO scene, where everybody is kind of just like, I guess that's it. Tempo Storm is done. Everybody has caught up with them, and that's it. You know, Team Envy and Cloud9 are probably the best team in NA. And then the finals happened last month, and Tempo Storm looked like pretty much the NA version of Genji.
Wow.
So is it a similar playstyle then, or are we seeing differences in the regions, or is there a consistent meta that's being played across all the regions?
No, there is actually a very different meta, but the most interesting part is the meta isn't as what do you call this? Spread out, meaning some teams are very good at certain things, right? Because VR is very fluid, right?
Yeah.
So Tempo Storm is a team that's very, very good at rotation, very good at knowing, because the rule set now is all of the vehicle spawns are fixed.
Yes.
That's,
so
that's the new 2019 competitive rule set of PUBG, which they call the Super Rule Set, and it stands for something like PUBG. I don't know. Anyway, so all the vehicle locations are preset now, and Tempo Storm, that is their main plan. They always have 1 or 2 cars, and the rest of them are usually looted. So what ends up happening, if you look at their stat sheet, is 1 or 2 of them has a lot of kills, and then the others are literally just backpacks. And they're just driving like vehicles around, but it's like a different gameplay entirely.
Wow.
Super safe, super different, but it works out for them, and you know, now they won. They won
They're
phase 2.
champions.
Yeah,
Well,
they are champions.
On that note, then, talking about vehicles, I just kind of want to talk about the game as a whole, because I've been obviously jumping around everywhere, focuses on Rocket League, and then when it comes to BRs, it's Apex for me right now. So with PUBG, I've seen some new things. There's a new vehicle, I think, as well. Can you just give us an update? What's the game look like? Have they fixed everything? Is it smooth to play now? Are they still having problems?
I actually pulled out a very, very good review because I was like, I wonder what people are saying now after all the updates. Anyway, so here's what the review says.
Okay.
This game is like dating an alcoholic. They're a lot of fun to be around and you legitimately like them. But they have serious problems. They ruin the whole relationship.
Yep.
You keep thinking they'll change, but they never will. Instead, they just try to sell you an event pass to see parts of their body. And that is literally what PUBG feels like. You love playing it. I love playing PUBG.
Yeah.
But every little things that just like, how did I get shot? I was in a, like I'm hiding. How did I get shot? And the kill cam shows you and you're just like, I not even envision how did I get shot. And there's so many hackers still. And it's always been an issue with shooters like this consistently. And all the shooters, for some reason, PUBG seems like their anti-cheat system is really, really bad.
Just not. I feel like the core of a lot of the game, what it's based off, has some problems too. So I would be surprised, honestly, if they had a really good anti.
Are you blaming H1Z1?
So, what's this?
Are you blaming H1Z1?
No, I'm just saying they need to kind of go to the drawing board and fix it from the bottom up, right? And I think that's a bit of the problem. So I was just saying I'd be surprised if they had a good anti-cheat system. To me, it being kind of like half working is like, yeah, that's PUBG. That makes sense.
It's good enough for now.
We'll just like accept it because I still do think it is the best battle royale to watch, just bar none. It's so entertaining to just tune in and jump in for the weekend. Or there's so many different tournaments happening as well.
Every week.
Every week there's something because it is really that good. So if you haven't jumped into any battle royale yet to watch, please jump into this and not maybe the next one that we're going to talk about because we're gonna. Well, they just have a lot to work out here, and yes, of course, I am talking about Fortnite. I know Brody loves Fortnite so much. So we've missed actually 10 weeks of qualifiers in Fortnite. 10 freaking weeks because that's how much love we give Fortnite over here. So Zurich, can you just give us a TLDR, please?
Well, 10 weeks is a long time.
Yeah.
It's a very long TLDR. But essentially, there was, an online qualifying circuit where the pros get to queue up with each other, and it's the same thing as PUBG. Points are gained by kills and placements, but in their system, it's solos and duos only, so it's not 4-man squads. But there's 2 different tournaments. And the system pretty much just plays, you queue up within a 3-hour period where that competitive server is alive. You play 10 matches max, and you have to score as many points within that 10 matches. And it's just like you keep playing like that until you have the leaderboard. We have already, most of the big names in there. We have Vivid who already qualified, I think, in week 1. Tfue week 2. Ninja, I think, is also qualified, I think, but like he got qualified a little bit later. So everybody is there in solos and duos. There's so many names that I'm just like, who the heck is this guy?
That's the inherent thing with an open system, and they do it in the game though. The way they do this,
it's not integrated.
So it's not. It's kind of cool, to be honest. That there isn't a separate site like I have to go and. Like Battlefy and stuff, register, sign up, and then do it. It's just in the game. The servers are live. Click play and go.
Well, you have
which
to
is
be part
cool.
of like the Epic community. Like you've had to give them all your information anyway to play. So it's already all locked in. So why not jump in and try?
It's just nice to have a system built in there that you just jump in and play. But of course, because of that, you're going to have all these names you don't know, right? Because there's keyboard warriors or bedroom warriors we call them, because they're at home in their environment and they can just send it. It changes when they get to a live environment, but like at home, these guys can just pop off sometimes. So like this tournament, like, are there any specific names that you didn't know before that now you know, or is it just a mishmash?
There is a lot. Like almost every week, the person who takes like one of the highest points are always like, except for like the first few weeks where obviously like the top players showed up. The rest of the weeks, I'm just like, I don't know who this guy is. Also have to keep in mind that the the opening qualifiers was an open qualifiers, meaning anybody could join it, and all you had to do was like keep winning, keep gaining points and points and points, and make it to like the top whatever. I think it was top 200 players, and then from there they like grab the. It's crazy.
So there is a system in place and it seems to be working then. So where do you see the future of this going? Like, could Fortnite actually be a legitimate battle royale esport? Could it actually usurp PUBG? Could we actually, Brody's face like, no, but it could be.
They've said themselves no. Really?
No, but like it could legitimately be fun to watch because now we also have, like, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but there are these creative mods now where people are just creating different levels that they can play, and there's different modes for people to play, changing the meta completely for Fortnite. So there's so many different options here for players to actually shine. So why couldn't it be?
So that's actually part of the World Cup as well, the creative side of it. So you get part of the 30 million prize pool, I think, for the entire thing, but I don't know how much of that portion is actually going to be put into the creative mode. Anyway, essentially you play 5 maps created by some of the top players or top creators in the Fortnite community. They make like little, speed running and stuff like that, as you said.
Yeah.
I think Fortnite as a BR has less of a chance of succeeding compared to their creative mode.
Oh, okay.
I think the creative mode is kind of like Minecraft in a way, but like there is something about it that could be potentially competitive. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it also feels like I think it falls in line with Epic's vision a bit more too, with what Fortnite is. Fortnite is
it's broader.
It's more of it's an entertainment, and that's why I said they themselves have said no, this isn't a serious esport, and they've warned the pros about that. This is something that we do to create entertainment for, and having a creative modes like that kind of take that forefront would not surprise me at all, because it's just exactly what Epic's vision is, I think.
And going back to Epic's vision, maybe a few months ago, they added a patch that gave everybody kind of like life steal. So every time you got a kill, the siphon system. Well, the pros liked it because you can be more aggressive and stuff like that. But 97% of the population absolutely hated it because they hated just walking around getting like destroyed by somebody who's a little bit better than them, who has 200 HP and shield, right?
Well, that's the thing, and that's something that the pros have been wanting for a while. Just like they also I mean, really, they need their own servers if we're just being real about this. And that would be very entertaining to watch instead of having to I can't jump into any of this and expect to make it anywhere past. Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. So let the pros shine, give them their own servers. But I mean, Epic has, they face a lot of criticism, obviously, from Brody mostly, but they face a lot of criticism. I feel like they've cleaned it up. I honestly do. Since 2018, I feel like they've cleaned it up.
Well, let's take some more criticism from me and say, let's talk about a real BR. How about that? Let's move on, because I want to talk about Apex right now.
Yeah.
There's so much going on at Apex. This one is popping off. They had everyone jumped on this right away. It's surprised, I think, even the devs right away. Respawn was surprised. And then it sunk down a bit because people weren't too happy right away with their first season pass. But the whole new one's out here. There's a bunch of new stuff. Can you just lay out the land of what we're seeing in season 2?
It is so good. They changed the map, so now it's a little bit different. I really like how it's kind of like the Fortnite style of map creation instead of the PUBG style, where it's like instead of releasing new maps, it's a lot more we're gonna kind of change the map a little bit, and then you kind of have to relearn it. It's still similar, but it's like you kind of have to relearn it. So something about that system I really much prefer than like the PUBG. This is a whole new map, you have to relearn it. And speaking of their battle pass, holy guacamole, that new battle pass is so good. I understand from like Respawn's development point, it's so hard to design character costumes for characters that are pretty stale. Like they just look like generic military dudes, right? Whereas in Fortnite, like you can literally put them in anything, and for some reason it makes sense, right? So Apex has this issue, which I think was a lot of, what was the main issue for their main battle pass that a lot of people kind of overlooked on, but now they did such a good job, so many cool skins.
There are some crazy skins.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I know. They just really spiced it up. They made it look so much more enjoyable, so much more exciting to play. But I do want to talk about this ranking system that they've added, because I know it's supposed to be super exciting. The whole office knows that you're obsessed with ranking systems, Zerg. So I need to know your thoughts on this.
I love it. So the system works by you pretty much getting RP or rank points per kills, and also placement. So whenever you gain the currency, we're gonna call it a currency, and I'll explain why in a second. to rank up, you have to use a certain amount of RP. Meaning, if you're a bronze player, you can play for free as many times as you want. You get RP, you get 100 RP, you can unlock the gold queue.
So you can queue with people that have unlocked.
Yes, but then on the gold queue, each queue costs 2 RP. But so that means
so to stay at that rank, you have to do good.
Yeah, but you can't lose that rank that you already unlocked. So it's not that bad. It's just it's harder to gain points the higher you go, right? So not only is it super high stakes because you could potentially lose if you kept losing like 10 games in a row, you'd lose a lot of your points, right?
So this is just like the Clash Royale model.
Is that how it works? I'm not sure.
So basically,
yeah, you get points and you get to level up, and then you play people that are at that level. You can't dip below that level. You can't dip below once you've reached that max, right? But you have to still accrue more points within that level.
But the stakes, like the gambling part of it, is not part of it.
Yeah, because it's like if you need more points, you have to go back down to the bronze queue to get the points.
No, you can't. You're stuck in the diamond.
I think you had to go back down. Okay.
No, but that's the thing.
I jumped in to play the other day because I just wanted to, chill. I didn't jump into the ranked yet. I'm gonna have to go in and get.
It's very good. I think it's the first system that could potentially actually work in a battle royale.
Yeah, I want to try. I just jumped in because I want to play with Watson, but I couldn't. I didn't have her unlocked yet. But she's the newest character, and I think you've been playing with her.
Yeah.
So talk to me what she does. What does she change? Because they put her in there to give people new playstyle options, right? So what does she do?
So she's very kind of like anti-CC/bunker.
Yeah.
It's a very, very different character compared to everybody else. Because Apex, most of the characters are a lot more like, let's push.
It's aggro. It's very
aggro, like Wraith, like Octane, for example. But Watson is the very first character that's similar to Caustic and Gibraltar, where a lot of her skill sets is very it's like specialized to controlling a zone. Her traps are so cool. So most of the time, and in most of the trails, they showed it kind of like, you control a perimeter and stuff like that. But I mostly use it going around corners, because if you can place a fence like across the door, right, as somebody's following you, and then place the second one to complete the wall as they're crossing, so that they can't see you. It kind of works like a flashbang /CC. And but the coolest part about her is she does not feel like a regular, as we said already, a regular Apex character. It's a very backpack heavy. You have to carry a lot of ultimate accelerants because you need your ult for every single fight.
Yeah, no, like you're giving the accelerants to her for sure, hands down.
So cool though.
Okay,
so
we need to talk about the fact this game also did a really great job of just transitioning through patches. Like originally only having a few guns for new players, right? And they have to just learn how to deal with it. But now they're slowly expanding. I mean, there's like a new gun as well that maybe we can talk about.
I got a story for that.
Okay.
And a very sad story.
Okay.
Because I dropped in, I only played a couple matches because I was warming up. I dropped in, I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about getting the L-Star because I'm like, it's hard to get that, right?
Yeah.
Get the drop.
It's rare.
But we dropped in, and I started just getting reamed on, like instantly. I'm like, why am I dying so quick? So I hid, eventually killed the guy shooting at me. He had the L-Star. He was just destroying me with it. I picked it up, I'm like, yeah, I get to use it. And 2 teams came in and killed it, and all my teammates were dead too. So I got to hold it for a minute. I didn't get to use it.
Yes.
But wait, with the L-Star, like, did they know that you had it? Can you see it on the map somewhere? Is it in your HUD at all? Like, can you see that someone else has it?
If somebody's holding it, you can see it.
Yeah. I only knew it was there because the gold crate. And that was the only reason. So you've probably gotten to use it.
I actually haven't.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard. It's elusive. It is elusive.
Yeah, it's
and I was
very
so
rare
sad
gun.
when that happened to me. So since I didn't get to use it, tell me what it does.
So essentially, it's an energy LMG, which is the past guns like the carbine. It's kind of like a rifle / submachine gun in between. So it's a very unique gun. It's literally its own style at the moment. It's the only light machine gun energy ammo type of gun, but it is so rare because it's so strong.
It rips. That's what I said, dude.
It's pretty much an insta-give.
I actually had no clue how I was dying so quick, and that's why. It is. I want to get my hands on it.
It's not because he's not good.
No, I survived. That means I was good enough.
It's true, buddy. I know. You've got skill. Okay, listen, that's it. That's the end of our show. Thank you so much to Zurich for dropping by and dropping that VR knowledge on us. You know we need it. Thank you at home for tuning in. Thanks, I guess, to Brody, too. Next week, we're back with more Squad. Until then, hit us up on all our socials at Squad State and have an amazing weekend.
Thanks, MV&Z, for giving us our fix on all things Battle Royale. Remember, we're back here on Monday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern with more Unmuted and in Esports in 30. Matt and Lisa are giving us the latest from LEC LCS. Plus, we got much more on our socials at Squad State, so you should check out everything we got there. And if you happen to miss anything, well, we have our YouTube channel with all the VODs just for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.